G'day mate and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. So in this episode, look, we build things happen. That's pretty normal. But this episode, it's a lot about the conversation. Like, we've got Life Grosky, who's another streamer who's just new to Factorio, from Oxygen not included. Really stepped up to a real man's game. And we spent pretty much the whole episode talking about like previous community maps, previous mod packs we've run. So if you haven't been here for some of the previous community maps, this is one episode I really recommend you watch, just to cover the arc of the different maps and the different scenarios we've done the last 6 months even. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. I'll catch up with you at the end of the episode as always. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the whole game-changing mods like the Bobs and the Angels. I'm much more of a fan of small mods like the Train Supply Manager, because it's a great mod. It doesn't radically change the game. It does small little improvements, and that's it. And that's enough for me normally. Whereas, yeah, I know other people that love the over-the-top, radically change the game mods, which, like I said, I'm not a fan of.
So you don't approve of my cargo ships and things, then? No.
Oh, look, I've used the cargo ships myself. I've used the mod myself. It's not a bad mod. Actually, I think we used it on a community map. Yeah, we did. I remember, because it was the Great Australian Bite map. I made a very, very heavy Death World Australian biter map that had lots of very angry biters. October or November. I think it was October or September. A lot of very happy biters that were more than happy to chew off your face. Australian style, because that's how all the creatures are here. And we used the ship mod in that, except we sort of hooked the ship lanes up to the land mass and then put trains on the sea because it was easier and faster. We tried the train. Yep. We tried the ships once and decided that was just way too much.
Didn't you guys reclaim Earth again with that as well?
Yeah, that was on the Earth map, but unfortunately, JD stayed up to like 3 a.m. trying to get the map generated, and then wasn't happy and screwed it up thoroughly. And the map was too big. Way too big on that particular run through.
Yeah, I tested out the Factorio World mod with the sizes. I have a comparison on the size you guys read versus the largest size.
Oh, the thing scales forever, but yeah, no, I was originally trying to run it with just Australia, and I had that, but then I was trying to get the right spawn location, which meant it was a pain in the ass mod to use, to be honest. It was a pain in the ass to get it to do what I wanted it to do, which is fairly common for most of the mods we choose to use. Steel furnaces all around. So no, I don't hate on any mods. There's lots of mods out there I personally dislike, like the Logistics Train Network one. I'd much prefer Lord Couture's one, but like mods are there to give people more variety in their gameplay, and some people love the super insane Bob's mods C block thing that pass. That's what
I like quality of life. I like enhancing the game, making it more fun, but I don't want to completely change it because I'm still learning the basic game.
Yeah, well,
I suppose if you've done everything 100 times, then you add a bit more variety, can't you?
Yeah, but I've seen players that haven't even got through the base game, and they've gone and installed Bobs because they've had a friend of a friend of a mate say, you should play this. It makes the game so much better, which technically it does because it makes it more realistic, but you don't really want Factorio in a more realistic manner where you have to like take the iron ore to then wash the iron ore to then finally be able to smelt the iron ore, which is the sort of stuff that stuff like Bob's adds, right? It's very realistic to how it is in real life, but it takes something that was like green circuits is suddenly a 5-step process, which is just insane. It's realistically, but it's insane that you have to deal with this shit. So, yeah.
I'll be honest, I've not even looked at it. I don't think I ever will, to be honest. But yeah, I like some of the mods, like the cargo ships and stuff. But then, I don't know, there's drawbacks to everything, and then you want to add another mod. So like the tugboats, whatever, and the cargo ships mod is really slow. So then I'm toying with the idea of adding a jump jet so I can fly around, and then it gets silly, doesn't it?
That's what generally happens. People like the ships are great for being able to automate to take stuff from island to island, but then a lot of people put on the what's it called? The airplane mod. And they run the airplane mod so they can get around. Is this a modification of my build, Bilbo? Did you put this down?
No, I squidged Colonel Wills around a bit.
Okay, because it's my build. It's my build here, and then it looks like someone's played with
I worked on that myself.
Okay, from here right is mine. This is special on the left.
That's my squidgy stuff, and it works.
I'm not denying that it works. It's special. Rothgar is now following. Why is Rothgar not following a long time ago, Rothgar? But thanks for the follow nonetheless, mate. You've been here watching heaps of times, and you never bothered to click that follow button? Shame on you. Just unfollowed and redid it. Oh, you just wanted me to say your name. See if I could bastardize your name as well. Legit thought I wasn't followed.
Have you got anything installed to like recycle all those stone furnaces, or do they just get deleted?
They go into a special wooden box. And
Chest of shame.
No, it's not shameful. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna have to pronounce names again. Pundai. I think I got that right. Pundai, thank you for the follow. No, see, they go in this special box, and then the special box goes away.
Shame.
No, the box never existed. Yeah, no, there's absolutely nothing you can do with them.
See, it's for that sort of stuff. That's why I added a recycle mod.
I think I've added. What did we do? Oh, we did the 30 science pack. Yeah, we did the 30 science pack mod once, which lets you take stuff like burner inserters are part of a science pack, so all the burner inserters can be recycled. Hap, where are the paths? The paths are nowhere near me. There's a path down here, which you can see is dead straight, and nobody's built over it. There's a path here, which we're intentionally building over, because it makes the belts go faster, right, Hap? There's another path there that may have some train tracks on it. It's to help you navigate the trains, or help the trains navigate to hit you. Something like that. So no, we've put on the 30 Science Pack mod once, which basically recycled everything. But honestly, it was a giant pain in the ass mod. We all hated it. And what was the other one? We don't
know the name. I do have one installed at the minute that gives you I think it gives you half the resources back, which is kind of cool.
Half the resources back from what?
You basically just build the recycling machine and then you can pump in whatever you want to be.
And recycles. Yeah. The 30 Science Pack one. JD's not near us. No, he's not. Rails on the path are awesome. It means as you run up the path, the train has a higher chance of taking you out. Also means technically you can run away from the train faster. Rook, how did you enjoy the 30 science pack mod? That's...
What's it called? I want to have a look what it is.
30 science pack mod. Dead set, I think that's the name.
Oh, I thought you were saying that because you didn't know what it was called.
No,
It's a catchy name.
it's a simple name. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it was.
I hated it. Living on the Edge MP3. No, there was a worse one. Whichever one we installed that turned all the sciences into liquids. That was the worst science pack mod we'd have ever installed. That was horrible.
Wasn't that was liquid science, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was called Liquid Science, but it was absolutely worst mod I'd ever installed.
Oh shit! I just looked at it. Oh.
It's special. It's a special mod that does special things.
It makes you all warm and fuzzy everywhere it shouldn't be warm.
Yeah, it was an interesting mod, and I'm glad we played with it. But it's not something that I'd ever do again. Actually, Inferior Rook, you're here, aren't you? You were the one who was insane enough to do that one and the Dangerous mod together, weren't you? Yes! See, I knew it. So the Dangerous mod life is... it's a mod where you start in a clearing in the middle of the map, and you cannot build anything on the ore, which is everywhere except the clearing where you're standing. And anything you build on ore blows up instantly. So yeah, that's a really interesting mod, because you've got to keep pushing miners out like one tile at a time or 2 tiles at a time to push them out onto the ore better, to have them feed onto a belt or feed onto a ground, have an inserter pick up the ore to put on a belt. Real nightmare. And he played that mod with the 30 science pack mod at the same time, because he's a glutton for punishment, I assume.
Wait, is it called like Dangerous or something?
Yeah.
Is that...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd seen that. Didn't really realize what it...
It's a fun mod. We did the Saving Santa map on it, which that was a really interesting playthrough, actually. And then Santa came, landed in the middle of our base, and blew up the freaking base. Yeah. So, yeah. As I was saying, really, really interesting mod. But yeah, Inferior Rook is a glutton for punishment and did that mod with the other one. It's either 30 science pack or more science. It's 30 science pack. Log tour. Yeah, we've done SpaceX 2, of course. I'm waiting for the new SpaceX log tour. I'm waiting for that next update. Okay, as soon as that hits, bang, that's going to be the next month. Unless I've got something really good planned, but I doubt it, because, let's be honest, I don't plan that well in advance. Like, I gave Muppet all of... How much Muppet? How much notice did you not get, Muppet? Yeah, that's the Twitch clip. Stinson with the clips. I think I gave Muppet... I think I re-reminded Muppet with like 3 days notice. If you want someone to go insane, tell them to play Dangerous with full Pyanodon. No. No. Actually, the only thing I know about Pyanodon is somebody watched KOS's series, or maybe she made a comment afterwards, that it was just really annoying because it had lots of liquids, and because she is the only person I know of in the world who does a fluid bus, she found it really frustrating because she didn't leave enough room for her liquids on her fluid bus.
Hey, I did a fluid bus on my first ever game.
Yeah, but...
Like a noob.
Look, as a brand new player, a bus works really, really well for organisation purposes. But Oh, just put down those shitty power poles. They work great. You save the good ones for later. You can't even burn the crap ones anymore. They're only good for putting down and leaving down. A bus system is great for new players, so they can sort of understand where the shortfalls and the choke points are for the factory and what's slowing things down. As an experienced player, honestly, building a smelter array that runs my red and green science, and knowing that there's no iron left over, or there's a third of a belt left over after doing my red and green science, and then building a new smelter that does my military science, for argument's sake, and then another one for my chemical science, and having dedicated smelters for dedicated builds is the more efficient way of playing. But you only get to play like that with experience. And it's something I can do, but it's not something I expect a new player to do. Not even not to your 5th or 6th playthrough or something insane like that. So yeah, Santa went goodbye.
Yeah, that was a good clip. That was a good clip. I just had a look.
So yeah, we've done plenty of insane things on in Factorio, and yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of the game changing mods at all. Little ones, sure. Dangerous for something different. Was it last month? Was it last month, guys? No, it was the month before. We tried to do the whole map covered in trees.
Will-o'-the-wisp.
Yeah, Will-o'-the-wisp once. So we tried to do the whole map covered in trees, and then there were fairies in the trees that only come out and bite your face off if you happen to cut down the trees at nighttime. But the whole map was covered in trees, so we were pretty much cutting down trees all the time. And then found out that it was not multiplayer safe, and the whole lot crashed and burnt.
Oh.
Yeah. But when the whole map is solid trees, forest fires burn real good. Real good. Has anybody done anything about the whole no power problem? Because there's a limited amount of stuff I can hand feed into this system before.
I was going to say you've been hand feeding for 20 minutes. Yeah. I wondered if you were doing.
No, Stinson was going and doing something with coal. There's a train half set up. People keep building and adding more power requirements.
How big's that coal patch at the end of the rails?
5 mil? 7 mil, with a 23 mil below it. But if the lights go out, then you don't have power for the miners to run, to dig up the coal, to run the power plant, to feedback loop. That's really about all in here.
Where is your server hosted, by the way?
On GM8. So they host the server.
Location.
This one's LA.
Yeah.
No wonder I'm lagging with them.
Well, I lag horribly with the European server. Like, horribly, horribly. If you bitch about it, I will move it to Australia. It only takes 2 clicks.
Well, I heard there's a British player playing with you, isn't there? I heard. How's he getting on?
Generally, we've found LA is the best. Feb Forest. Oh yeah, it was Feb Forest. So 2 months ago, is when we did the one with the wisps that failed. No, he hasn't seen the Kraken. He hasn't seen the Kraken. He hasn't seen Race to the Edge. He hasn't seen any of our accomplishments.
But the Kraken was the baby, though, wasn't it? The Medusa, or something, the big one.
The Medusa was the big one. Oh no, Kyra. Nuclear UPS got quite a lot better, or is it me? I believe it's got better because it doesn't have junctions in it, depending on how you build it. I don't know. What we say in life? You asked something. Then
I think I'm just waffling some nonsense, mate.
Yeah, that's
I'm enjoying watching you guys play, to be honest. It's good.
Seems about normal for you, doesn't it?
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
That's all right. Anytime.
You know what? I've come here to share the fucking love. I've given you a follow. Steve bought me a sub. I've given you all my bits of the world. 99 bits. That's the love again.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah, like we're here for the love. We're here
Even
for
gave
the
you a
love.
shout out on my Discord, you know?
Oh man, that's very much
got-
appreciated.
No. You got 99 bits, but your love ain't one.
No, you made me want to play Factorio tonight. I was going to play some of that Tropico, but you made me want to play Factorio.
Man, come join. Come join. If you're on a
Well,
trial by
that's why I
fire.
was asking about the server and stuff.
Yeah, man. Well, GM8. That's what it was. GM8. So GM8's a hosting company. An affiliate link if you want 10% off.
No. I don't want to set up a fucking server. You fucking kidding me? I'll leave you the stress of that. I just meant where were you?
It's up to you, dude. Dude, sheesh. Wow, chill pill. So no, it's I use them because they've been really handy and really helpful. And oh yeah, that's the Stinson clip. Yeah, the Stinson clip with is that the Chimera or the? Oh, that's the Chimera. Was it the Chimera? Wasn't it Stinson?
What in the world am I looking at?
A train. Oh no, that's the Medusa. That's the little one.
Oh, is that artillery?
That's an artillery train.
Jesus.
A singular artillery train.
Out of interest, who color coded that?
Stinson.
And that sound! I
Okay.
parked it right at the end.
That's impressive.
The server shat itself. All our computers shat themselves. I think everybody went into jumps in the game, and the server was already set to
just
18
start
FPS. So
moving.
what's that? 20% of normal game speed,
And that sound!
and nobody could keep up. The server just went,
This is gonna go off.
yeah.
It's the mini map. When you're looking at the mini map, like shit.
Hey, we've done some insane stuff. Yeah, well, the lag, that was the little one. The big one was 50,000 tiles long. I don't know how long that is in carriages, except a train is normally 6.5 tiles. And this thing was
It was
big.
1,300 artillery wagons.
Something like that. The damn thing pulled up and the server just for the next 10 minutes or so there was just artillery going off. It killed everything in seconds. It just happened to take like 10 minutes of game time. Okay, is power running? Yes. What does Stinson
So this
need? Yep.
might be a daft question, but is the train artillery, is that longer range than the static artillery?
No, same range.
Same range. So I've seen a video of like artillery trains clearing out the whole map. Is that after like shitloads of space research or something? Or because I built one the other day in the range and it didn't seem.
Yeah, basically the only thing they researched was range.
There's been some insane ones like the Clustorio servers, which was a massive community event with thousands of players over multiple multiple servers, was doing 60,000 science packs per minute, sustainably for days and weeks. So they had artillery research number like 20 something, and if you put ammo in artillery on a brand new map, especially a Death World, it would clear out like, the screen's worth at a really high zoom level on the map view. But our community maps get up to 5 to 13, depending on how long they run and how quickly we get to a mega base. Like Bilbo, I've seen has been shooting through the research, and although we haven't got red and green, we haven't got blue science really up and running yet. We've got a good amount of research that's done already. In time, 4.5 hours. So, and with our challenges, JD challenges. So,
Well, the oil refinery is set up with cracking and all done, so it should give you enough petroleum to run red circuits for now.
there you go.
I just haven't done anything else. It's at the east side of the base, just below the oil drop-off. So enjoy, build what you can. This is about as far as I usually get.
I think you guys have done more in 4 hours than I've done in about 30.
Yeah, but you could say a lot of us are highly practiced. Oh, choo-choo. There's a choo-choo written on the map.
Yes. Someone plastered it down after I almost ran you over.
Oh, okay. I wonder who that was.
Wicked mouse.
Yeah, no, a lot of the players well, a lot of players here are very experienced, so yeah, getting this far in this amount of times, probably a little bit slow. You guys are slacking.
How dare you call me experienced?
Actually, I've got no idea how many hours most of us have in the game. It's really, have you been here for more than one community map? Why did you come back? Are you a sucker and a glutton for punishment? And generally the answer is yes. Anti would have completed the game by now. Yeah, that's true. But he's a speedrunner, and I have a feeling if you threw Anti some really weird curveballs, he'd probably get completely stumped. But yeah, going back to your question ages ago, Life. No, look, Factorio really doesn't mind higher ping times. I think I get 150 ping to this server without an issue. And you in Europe would probably have a better ping than I would in Australia.
I think to America is no problem, mate. It's if you were hosting it in Australia, I wouldn't even bother, I don't think. But in America is no problem.
Oh, look, actually, the GM8 servers in Australia, we've done it before. Obviously, it's much more preferable for everybody else that it not be hosted in Australia, and there have been times where I've gone bad luck. This is how I play every single day. But it's livable. It's not super horrible. It's not great either, but it's definitely livable. And you just got to get used to... Occasionally you click something and it takes half a second to arrive. It's fine. Alright, where's that train? It doesn't have an unloading station at the other end. Is there even a train on the track? We got track and no train. This is pointless.
This is something I've not seen, by the way, your coal loading station. I've not seen this done before because I've been using these loaders since I've pretty much...
Well, technically it's overbuilt. It really needs 4 inserters. It probably doesn't need the top and the bottom. But it doesn't hurt. Hey, it's Easter eggs. Ouch.
Is there any reason you're not using stack insert?
We don't have red circuits to make them.
Oh, I thought you did now.
No, I literally just hooked up oil. Doesn't mean that someone else has built it.
My bad, sorry.
Crap. I didn't blueprint stuff before I started, Simpson. I don't even want to attempt to build that from memory. I have no idea if it's a 1.4 or if it's a 2.4 or what.
It's a whatever size you deem fit size.
Yeah, I know, but I need to know if it's a 1.4 or a 2.4 or a... It looks like a 2. Yes, it's a weird ass 2. Sorry, I got a blueprint. I can rebuild it from the other end.
If all else fails, use a 2x4.
It looks like a 2.4, so it'd have to be a 2 because it's not a loop.
I think you meant twat it with a piece of wood.
Put that there, put that there. Splitter. I don't have awesome power poles, so this is going to be a smaller build because I don't have the real power poles to stretch any further. Yeah. There. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. We had a power crisis. We've semi-fixed a power crisis. We've got steel smelting and a few other things up and running. And now we're finally really starting to sort of feel the pressure of resources not quite as infinite as they have been in the past. You know, only having one iron patch to be able to take from is starting to cause some issues. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode as always, and I will see you in tomorrow's. All right, bye.